Righto guys, we're at Ormiston Gorge, and we're just reading it's one of the most photographed gorges in the whole of Australia, even more photographed than that famous gorge over in the Kimberley, which I can't remember its name right now. But this is just when you think you've seen the best place in Central Australia, another one comes along and outdoes it. So yeah, Ormiston Gorge. Just have a look at the colours, have a look at the red colours up here. That's with the sun. I can imagine in the morning when the sun's coming up and hitting those red cliffs there, that'd be just unbelievable. But the sun's just going down over the top of the gorge now, and it's just, that striking red is unbelievable. Anyway, enough talking. I want to get some still photos of this, guys. This is unbelievable. And we'll get down into the actual water hole and show you there too, eh? Beautiful. Hey, I don't think I've done so much oohing and ahhing in all my life, guys. I just hope this shows up on the camera with what I can see standing here in real person. That red, unbelievable. Have a look at it. I don't know how high those cliffs are, that gorge. That's bloody high. You know, millions of years the water's just somehow carved that out. Hard to imagine, isn't it? It really is. To think we're in the middle of Australia here, there's no rain, no nothing, and then you come across something like this, like an oasis. All the gum trees are thriving, the ghost gums everywhere. There's no shortage of trees here in Central Australia. There was on the way out here. But once you get out here, guys, into the centre, there's gum trees everywhere. Big eucalyptus trees, ghost gums. Have a look at them. You can see why Albert Namatjira used to come out and paint here, eh? Have a look at that. Anyone who got a paintboard and an easel and you think you're pretty handy at painting, you've got to get your ass out here. Have a look at that. You can see what I mean with the sun hitting the rocks, guys. You know, you could just spend all day here, and I reckon every 15 minutes, every half an hour, you get just a different perspective of the whole place with the sun bouncing off those red rocks at different times of the day. I'd love to come back here in the morning. Might be able to do it. We're camping only 3 kilometres up the road. Almost tempted to camp here, and the eastern sun in the morning hitting those sheer cliffs there, unbelievable. Just the colours will be amazing. I tell you what, I think I might come back in the morning if we get a chance. Some caves up in there. Wow, don't know how far in they go. Beautiful clear water. That's actually nice coarse white sand on the banks there. Looking across, I don't know how far around that gorge goes, Ormiston Gorge, but geez, it looks like it just keeps going forever through the McDonnell Ranges. Wowee. I said to Roz, I said, we've got to go up around the other side. You just don't know what's around the corner in these places. Anyway, we'll get up on those rocks and we'll check it out. Well, it was certainly worth popping up on these rocks and having a look. Wow, look at that. It's amazing. As I said in the morning, guys, the sun would just glisten off those red rocks, I reckon. Be beautiful. Ormiston Gorge. Or Ormiston Gorge. I think that's what I said. Magnificent place. I keep saying it, but I'll tell you what, when you see it in real life, guys, it's just something else. It really is. As I said, I'll get home and I'll put this on the computer, and I just hope it looks as good, or even half as good, as what it does in real life. Roz just spotted a lookout up there, guys. It'd probably take half an hour to get up there, but geez, I reckon it should be an amazing view from up there. Really would. Yeah, we got to get another 3k up the road and get our permit so we can keep travelling into Aboriginal land. So That's our priority at the moment. But Ormiston Gorge, you could spend the whole day here, honestly. You really could. One final look, eh? Well, if you're into your hiking, guys, there's no shortage of trails here. The Lapse Trail goes for 223 kilometres through these ranges. You'd have to be pretty serious there. You know, from 2.5 kilometre walks, 7 kilometre walks right through to that Lapse Trail. That's bloody hardcore there. But, anyway, as I said, plenty of information around on what to do, and everywhere you go you see these trails. There's a Lapse Trail there, section 9. You know, we've just about every place we've pulled up now, I've seen that Lapse. It must basically follow the route we're going, only a walking trail. Righto guys, here we are at Glen, Helen, and there's a bar and restaurant and all that type of stuff. Untitled Gorge, and it's about 20 something bucks for the night, and we've pulled up stumps. I'll tell you what, it's premium space here, let me tell you. Oh, he's getting our cheese, I'll show you in a minute. Anyway, nice simple setup. We've put the old King's awning out tonight. We're going to swag it, just because we're down in the middle of bloody nowhere there. But have a look at that for a backdrop. Hey? Untitled Gorge. Look at the old D-Max trying to reverse his easy trail camper in there. Anyway, let's go and have a look at our nice simple setup tonight, guys. Only took us bloody 15 minutes. Just threw the old King's awning out off the BT. The old swag tonight. Have a look at that. Chairs are up, Bicky and Cheese are out. And we're not putting the big awning up tonight, but we have deployed the kitchen because we're going to cook some sausages and onion and all that tonight. Put them in a wrap. And nice and easy, just grab the swag off the top of the .7. The fridge is out. Beers are out, we're ready to go. We'll go for a walk a little bit later, we'll give you a look. There's all water and that down there, and have a look at that for a backdrop, except for the big bloody Maui camper van that park right now our way. But anyway, that's what happens when the campgrounds are full. But anyway, we'll have a beer, we'll have a cheese and bickies, and we'll go for a walk, eh? There you go guys, Untitled Gorge, where we're camping tonight. 1st of July 2018. Let's go and have a look, eh? Righto, it's bloody, what is it, nearly 5:30, and we're set up. Luckily we got in when we did, guys. There's people coming in now, and I'll tell you, this Untitled really stuck for space. There's people trying to cram in everywhere. We got in the nick of time, I think, and got a really good camp spot. But the American guy just came in, he said Ormiston Gorge is chock-a-block now, so this time of the year, it's school holidays too. You've got to really try and plan where you're going to camp for the night, guys. So anyway, Untitled Gorge, what a beautiful backdrop this is for a campsite. Have a look at it. The sun's glistening off the rocks there. We've got a nice water source down here also. There's a walking track down here, Roz. We'll go and have a look, eh? This is the best time of the day, I reckon, guys. Just, you know, late afternoon, starting to cool down now. Be putting the jumper on soon, but look at that. Just sheer cliffs there. Beautiful. Nice sandy creek bed down here. Little walking tracks around. You'd probably come and camp down here if you... They probably wouldn't let you, but you could. But not a good idea to be camping in riverbeds, that's for sure. But I think you'd be pretty safe this time of the year. There's no forecast of rain, but have a look at that. Just everywhere, these McDonald ranges, guys. It doesn't matter where you go, you just get a spectacular view. You really do. Rod's getting some nice photos with the iPhone. Well, the colours are changing as the sun goes down, guys, as you probably heard out here. So I'm giving it a crack. I've never done it before, but I'm going to try the time lapse on the iPhone for half an hour and then see what it looks like as the sun goes down. Hopefully it'll work and I can get it on the YouTube clip. We've got the charcoal going on the little uni flame. We're just going to cook some snags up tonight, put them on a wrap with some salad ros. Bit of barbecue sauce. I'll try not to leave the lid off this time. Get it through the bottom of the fridge. Bloody hell. First it's eggs, then it's bloody barbecue sauce. But anyway, we'll let the charcoal burn in. We'll crank that. We sat around that the other night in Hewand, and I tell you, it keeps you nice and warm, the little charcoal fires. But anyway, I can't wait to see the outcome of this time-lapse video. Should be good. "5:30 at Helen Gorge, guys. Sun's hitting the side of that gorge. Have a look at it. Look at the beautiful red green trees. Absolutely spectacular. Nice little water source for the animals. Plenty of water in there, even though it's the dry season. A few ducks out there. I dare say the wallabies and that will come down and have a drink late in the afternoon. Guys, we're just bloody sitting here on the campsite. We've cooked some snags up over the charcoal. We're sitting here looking at the Milky Way, and it doesn't come up on camera, guys, but bloody absolutely brilliant. Just sitting here, not a cloud in the sky, just looking up, seeing the Milky Way. It doesn't get much better than this. This is what camping's all about, eh? Here we go. That's a good one. That's a beauty.
Look at him. Kid at Christmas time.
Got the trifecta.
Craig.
That's the one that nearly turned me truck down. What's wrong?
I'm near Cairns, mate. Little town called Innisfail, about an hour south of Cairns. Yeah.
What's that, just north of there?
Oh, way north.
I know, yeah.
About 7 north of Early. Yeah, beauties, isn't it?
I remember we got...
Hey, morning everyone. It's, what is it, Monday morning, the 2nd of July 2018. We're at Glen Helen Gorge, just woke up. Beautiful morning, a little bit windy. She's a bit brisk. And the sun's just starting to hit. It's about 7:30 in the morning. Sun's just starting to hit the gorge and light it up. Those incredible orange colours. I was just making a coffee and I looked up and went, holy dooly, look at that. As a matter of 5 minutes, it went from just being a real dull colour. As soon as the sun hit it, it was like someone turned the lights on. Glen Helen Gorge, about 7:30 in the morning. and the sun's just come up and hit the side of the gorge and lit it up like the 4th of July. Absolutely beautiful. Morning, miss. Yeah, the moon's still up too. There we go, there's a plane heading over east. You can see the big vapour trails up there. Big freedom bird heading over to Brisbane or Sydney somewhere. How'd you sleep last night, alright? Yeah, it wasn't too bad, eh? My old war wounds are playing up, but geez. Me back and hip are giving me a bit of jip in this cold weather, guys, but anyway. It's old age creeping in. We've got a coffee on the go. Nice simple pack up. Just got the swag and the awning, the King's awning. Throw the kitchen in, which takes about 30 seconds, and we've got a quick getaway this morning. We've got a big day ahead of us today. Get to King's Canyon. Hopefully get to camp up there. If we don't get there, it's not a big deal. We'll just end up camp where we end up, eh? Righto guys, we're packed up from Helen Gorge, and it was a pretty windy night there last night and very crowded, and I'll show you in a minute. We probably should have come across the highway to the free camping area, but in the background now we've got Mount Sonder, which was one of the more prominent features in this part of Australia. Mount Sonder's 1,380 metres tall, and as I was driving in I thought, geez, that's a big mountain, eh? And when you think Queensland's highest mountain, where Roz and I live, Mount Bartle Frere, that's only 1,622, so it's only a couple hundred metres shorter than Queensland's highest mountain, Mount Sonder. Bloody beautiful countryside. This time of the day, early morning, guys, and late afternoon, you gotta see it. But you can see all the McDonnell Ranges here. And if we pan down here, this is the Finke River, guys. You've probably seen a lot of people, Graham Cahill and Ruthie and all them, they've all crossed the Finke River. And that's her down there. She's a bit dry at the moment, which it is most of the year. But Helen Gorge resort, where we were last night camping's just a couple of kilometres down that way. This Mount Sonder lookout is only about 2 kilometres from where we camped last night. And down here you can see the Finke River, and there's all free camp areas down along there. And having a look at that, I think that's where we should have gone. Like if we did it again, we were nearly going to come across here, but because there were toilets and that there and a coffee shop, the coffee roped us in. But it was still a good night, but it's just a little bit crowded. But have a look at the space there. There's people, there's a few people free camping down along the Finke River there. And I'll tell you what, that is an absolute pristine camping area down there. Have a look at it. People got some fires going, plenty of room. So if you do that, guys, keep that one in mind. Just before the Mount Sonder lookout, you can got all your free camping down along the Finke River. Absolutely beautiful. But anyway, have a look at this one. Bloody Smirnoff cans on the ground out here. Can you believe it? I know the guys who did it, they bloody work around here. Unbelievable. Should be ashamed of yourselves. But anyway, listen, we got a few more little stop-offs this morning, and then we hit about 150k of dirt road, and we'll probably air down to about 28 if she's a bit corrugated. And as soon as we finish the dirt, we're at bloody King's Canyon. We're staying there for a couple of nights, and that's where we really, King's Canyon and Uluru, they're the two big places we wanted to see. As if all this stuff hasn't been good enough, we got King's Canyon coming up. Anyway, let's get into it, eh? Righto guys, just going to head down to Redbank Gorge, about a 5 kilometre, pretty rough track to get in here. 20 minutes each way to get there, but from the pictures it looks pretty good, so let's get down and have a look at it, eh? Well, just walking into Redbank Gorge. As I said, about 20 minutes from the car park, and a bit of a rough walk in. It's alright this bit, but it basically just follows I don't know if that's the Finke River. It must be, Ros, eh? Still the Finke River, I'd say. Just follow this all the way along. It's pretty rocky and that, so if you're disabled, guys, I don't think you're going to get in here. It's very rocky back there before, but nice little walk in, that's for sure. Beautiful. Ros was just reading something out before which made a lot of sense. They said a lot of people think Central Australia is just flat and dry and nothing to see. Well, getting out here, there's a lot of parts like that, but once you're out here, have a look at this. We're in the centre of Australia. Big dry creek beds, gum trees, gorges. It's just everywhere you go. It's just scenery like this. It's just absolutely amazing. We're getting pretty close now, guys. You can see why they call it Red Bank Gorge. I suppose everything's red around here. But check that out. A little cave's been washed into there. Roz is still going. So I can see other people up ahead. Can't be too much further. Oh, check this. Two of the caves up there, Roz. Caves everywhere up there. Wow. You can see why they call it Red Bank Gorge, but I know I've said that before, but it's just, yeah. The sun hitting the western side there. There's the eastern side in shadow. Still looks fairly red, but look how red it looks over there when the sun hits it. Absolutely beautiful. Now apparently when you get up here, guys, there's about a 750 metre swim and you can get into another part of the gorge. You do that when it's a bit warmer. There's no way I'll be swimming in it. It's freezing. As I said, the Larapinna hiking trail, which goes all across the West MacDonald Ranges, it just goes all through countryside like this. So if you're a hiker, guys, and you love these long distance hikes, keep the Larapinna trail in mind, because it comes through all these places we've been through, Roz and I. That's the hiking trail, comes through the same areas. Alright guys, that's where we've just come from. It's a bit hairy getting in here, honestly. You got to have good shoes on, and yeah. There's Skippy back there. Have a look at that one. Absolutely beautiful. And I reckon you bring a blow up tube up where those ducks are, you can float all the way down through there into another part of the gorge, Red Bank Gorge. Have a look at that. Water is crystal clear. No wonder the ducks are out there. Look how narrow it gets. Wowee. Brilliant. Just climbed up a little bit higher, guys. See how far down that little gorge I can see there. But yeah, it winds about 750 metres all the way in, they reckon. Certainly be, in summertime, be worthwhile doing if you had an inflatable tube or something. And see how the echo is. Watch your ears. Coo-wee! Don't know if that comes up, but you can hear that echo all the way up through the gorge. For all you rock climbers out there, I'll tell you what, that'd be a bit of a challenge getting up there. I'm sure there's people who could do it, but bloody hell. It's incredible. It's a fair way up. Alright, we better head back. We've got a big drive ahead of us to try and get to bloody... Where are we going tonight, Roz? Kings Canyon. How's my memory going, guys? Bloody hell. But anyway, final look. Red Bank Gorge. Absolutely beautiful. Righto guys, we've pulled up again. A little place called Tyler's Pass Lookout. On our way to Kings Canyon, about 220k to Kings Canyon. And have a look at that thing over there. You'd be forgiven if you thought that was Uluru, but it's not. It's called Goss Bluff, and it's actually a meteor crater that was meteor smashed in about 140 million years ago, just before I was born, and it's made that monstrosity over there, which is just, it's huge. And yeah, Goss Bluff, there is an Aboriginal name for it. And yeah, that's from a meteor strike 140 million years ago. Absolutely incredible. Beautiful lookout. You're looking back to the West MacDonald Ranges where we've just come from. Well, that's that Goss Bluff meteor crater again, guys. We're just going down past it now. It's the one we saw from the lookout just before. It's certainly, God, it's trying to imagine a meteor hitting and causing that. It's about 5 kilometres across or something. Apparently it's huge. Anyway, there you go. There's a close-up of it. Righto guys, we're about 20 kilometres in on the dirt road. Hang on, get past these guys. And we did a right turn towards Kings Canyon. And if I would have gone left, I would have done the inner loop into Hermansburg. But anyway, we're about 20k into this dirt road. I haven't aired down yet. It's a bit bumpy, but it's not too bad. Obviously, all this dust and that around, guys, get your lights on. And I haven't aired down yet. It's not as bad as I thought it'd be yet. It's corrugated on the sides, but if you stick in the middle a bit, it's not too bad. If it gets any worse, I'll hang on. There's a good hit there. So it's getting a little bit worse. Might pull over shortly if it gets any worse, and we might air down to 28, make the ride a bit softer. But at the moment I'm still up on highway pressures, but I've got the muddies on, so it's not too bad. The suspension's going pretty good. It's certainly nothing like the Peninsula Development Road going up to the Cape, even though bits of that are quite good. I reckon in a couple of years this section here to Kings Canyon, they'll probably seal it all the way, which will probably be good for a lot of people who are in the big renovans and places like that. But anyway, we'll keep punching through and we'll get through to Kings Canyon tonight, and should get in nice and early and give us an early setup, which would be fantastic. So anyway, we'll pull over shortly and we might have a bit of lunch, make a cup of tea and have a bit of lunch, eh? Alrighty, we'll talk to you soon. Righto guys, we just pulled over not long after the last one. The road looks like it's getting a bit worse, and starting to hit some corrugation. So I got the old Storm tyre deflators. Got the ones that I've got 2 sets, one set to 18. These ones are at 28, so I reckon that's good. We'll let about 10 psi out. Just softens the bumps and that. And throw that. We might have a bit of make a cup of tea and that too. And only 127 to go to Kings Canyon Resort, where we're going to stay for 2 nights. And hey, just another safety one too, while I remember. Convoy of Forbies come past before, guys. Some of them didn't have their lights on. Bloody dust everywhere. I'll tell you what, you'll see headlights on dusty roads and that before you'll see the actual vehicle. So just keep that one in the back of your mind. I always drive on a long trip. I have my headlights on all the time. But especially on dusty roads and that, guys, get your bloody headlights on, eh, for safety. Alright, time for a cup of tea. Not only just going to air the BT50 down, I'm going to air the drifter trailer down also, all down to 28. Bit of a pain in the bum, and 127 k's time we have to pump them back up. But hey, soften the ride and just smooth it out a bit, eh? It makes a huge difference when you knock a few PSI out of your tyres. Rightio, so tyres are down to 28. Just to smooth her out a bit. Took the opportunity to grab the jet boil out and make a quick cup of tea. I'm having a little tuna and beans out of the tucker box there. Nice and easy to get out of the back of the drifter trailer, guys. Undo the tailgate and the tucker box is right there. And Roz has pulled the fridge out and she's making a roast beef and salad Turkish bread roll. How good's that? Doesn't get much flasher than that. Anyway, yeah, we'll have a break. We only got, as I said, 127 k's to Kings Canyon. Hopefully everything will go alright. I'm sure it will. And we'll get there and we'll have 2 beautiful, relaxing days at Kings Canyon. And everyone we've spoken to so far, Rose just said it's magical there. Really good. So anyway, we can't wait to get there. Right, I'm glad I let the tyres down, guys. It's bloody, wasn't too bad, 20 k's in. It's fairly hard and flat, but it's certainly pretty shitty now. But yeah, get your tyre pressures down to 28 and get over them corrugations, and certainly makes this ride a lot smoother. And remember, when you let your tyres down, you've got to reduce your speeds, okay? The lower your tyre pressures, the lower your speeds. So you don't want to be trying to sit on 120 or 110 on this. I'm sitting on about 85, 90, and that seems to be doing the trick, getting me up on top of the corrugations. Righto, let's get there. Righto guys, we just overtook a Colorado, and Jesus, hard overtaking other vehicles. You know, they can't see you for their dust, and I was on big straights where I could see. I was trying to get right over to the right and flash my spotties and that to warn him I was trying to get around him. He didn't see me for ages, but anyway, I finally got a safe spot to pass. It's not easy to do on these corrugated dirt roads. You know, you can't look in your rear vision mirror and know that there's a vehicle behind you. All you got to do is look at your side mirrors, and hopefully someone's out to the side a bit flashing their lights, and if you see that, slow right down, pull over and let them get past you, nice and safe. I was just saying, reading the handout there's camels and donkeys out this way. We haven't seen any yet, but the old camels are from the old Afghanis who originally came out in the 1800s and brought them out. So there are a lot of wild camels, donkeys and horses out here, but just the other thing too guys, if you be careful coming through the dust, and here's an old army story for you. They were running a driver's course out of Townsville once, and one of our cooks went over to the right to try and get out of the dust, and he had a head on with a vehicle full of Indigenous people, and there were some serious injuries from it. So where you can, try and stay on your side. Don't be tempted to get over to the right hand side, because if there's dust around, you just don't know what's coming. But anyway, there's another hint, and watch out for the dips guys. Geez, they come up quick on you. It's another thing you've got to be careful of on, especially this one here, and same as Cape York, the Peninsula Development. Dips come up real quick, and next thing you know, your head's nearly going through the roof. So keep an eye out for that one, See if we can spot a camel. Road's getting pretty good at the moment. We got through the worst of it, I think. Rightio, we've stopped for a break at Ginty's Lookout, it's called. About 30 k's from Kings Canyon, guys. So we're on a little bit of bitumen road to get here. Bit more bitumen down there. Goes on the dirt again, and then a short way from Kings Canyon we should get back onto some bitumen. So the road's been pretty good, but it's been bad in places. You've got to expect that, It was good in spots and shit in other spots. But anyway, I don't know if that's Kings Canyon over that way. Probably is. It's a bit greener than I thought. Like there is some green tinge out there, the vegetation, but I think we're heading that way, guys. Canyon National Park. Only got about 8 kilometres to go, and we'll be at the Kings Canyon Resort. We're off the dirt now, back on the bitumen. We're nearly there. Get a good view as we come around the corner here, Roz, I reckon. That's why we'll be walking through all that tomorrow, guys. Looks pretty impressive.